Our first guest tonight is an Emmy-nominated and Golden Globe award-winning actress for her work on Blackish. The season finale airs May 18th on ABC. Let's take a look.
Diane, as the driver, what do you do to start?
Address mirror, start engine, hands at 10 and 2, one lap around, stay alert, then park safely next to strategically placed safety trash cans.
Okay, girl, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, listen, you're gonna make mistakes, all right? You're gonna get frustrated, but I'm here to guide you.
Okay.
And also, we're gonna have a little bit of fun, because this is your first time. Because have you driven before?
Not that you can prove.
Okay.
Please welcome back to the show our friend Tracy Ellis Ross. How are you, Tracy?
Hi, Seth. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I last saw you in August and really hoped the next time we'd see each other would be in person, and yet here we are again. Although I do think you're in a different room.
I think I'm in a different room, but I'm still in the same house. I'm still in the same place. But yeah, I was hoping I would be there with you in person. But we have made progress. There's light at the end of the tunnel. I feel the vaccination hope just wafting through the air.
I feel the same sort of optimism, and I do think it's bringing us closer to seeing each other in the same room. Speaking of rooms, true story, does your house has a meditation room?
My house used to have a meditation room.
Oh, what happened?
Well, it became the one room in the house that had like doors on either side for cross ventilation, and I would put fans, air purifier, open all the doors, and if I needed anyone to come to the house, that's where we would sit if we couldn't be outside.
Gotcha.
So my meditation room is now my whole house, and now I have to be, Seth, in a walking meditation.
Oh,
at all
right.
times,
Sure.
you know? Just have to practice being present at all times.
Now, I feel like I read that it was a boom time this whole quarantine year for people and meditating. But as someone who meditated before COVID hit, did you find it was a good year for you in meditating?
No, it was really hard for me to sit. I'm a sitting meditation gal, and I couldn't quiet my mind enough. I think I realized once I got the vaccination that I was afraid, like terrified for a year. My nervous system, my lower brainstem, I was in fight or flight for a year. And so I couldn't settle myself down enough to sit on my cushions, but I did a lot of moving meditation and breathing work, which was good enough. I have since been able to sit in meditation again.
Were you emotional when you got your vaccine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was emotional. I felt a deep sense of relief and gratitude. I also I said this little prayer. It was, thank you, science, for stepping in and allowing me to put down my rudimentary tools to face this terrifying monster of locking myself in my house and being afraid of people. I was so happy to drop that mantle. It has taken me time because, like, I don't know about you, but my experience is the little things that I do out in the world. I think I'm fine with my mask on, and then I come home and I'm in like a tailspin of anxiety, and I'm convinced that I've gotten COVID. Which reminds me of the beginning of the pandemic when like every sensation of your body, you were like, but slowly gently creeping my way forward. But yeah, deep sense of gratitude and tears. What about you?
Oh, yeah. I got super choked up when I got my first shot. It was, it definitely surprised me. But I think I had the same thing of I did not realize how much fear had permeated my existence for a year.
Yeah, and within this pandemic of like being afraid of this imaginary monster that wasn't imaginary, but we couldn't see it, was also a lot of violence, a racial reckoning. So like my nervous system, it's like I'm in this process of like trying to calm myself down, which I think is important for all of us to acknowledge. Like I keep trying to have deep compassion for other people and myself.
I think that is if that's the takeaway of the last year, that would be a very good takeaway. I am also happy to see that you took that big step of getting on an airplane, taking a trip out of LA. And I want to just show a video. This is someone who's maybe not traveled for a while, maybe forgot how you're supposed to dress for a plane.
Also, somebody who was genuinely locked down. I was a genuine lockdown person. I did not go to the market. I did not go anywhere. I really did not see anyone at all. And I'm single and alone. So it was, So going out into the world with other people, I wanted to be prepared and safe, Seth. I wanted to be prepared and safe.
Well, let's take a look at how you went about it. Here's
Okay.
Tracy, and there she is wearing a full helmet with a mask on inside the helmet.
Okay, so to be clear, air filtration system in the helmet, double mask, and that was in case I needed to go to the bathroom on the plane because I wanted to be extra safe. I also wiped down my seat, put a seat cover, and had an air purifier I was also holding. But I'm fine.
Do you think people were looking at you strangely, or was it impossible to see their faces through everything you had on?
You know, Seth, other people's opinion of me was not my first priority. My priority was my safety and my comfort level, and therefore I took all precautions and let other people's points of view, judgment, and shaming left those to themselves.
May they have the same compassion for you that you have for them, Tracy.
That's right, Seth. That's right.
Hey, do you feel, I mean, are you seeing friends yet? Do you feel like you've forgotten how to be, because I know you to be a very gregarious person in public and certainly in social situations. Has that come back? Is it like riding a bike, or do you find that it's rusty?
It's rusty.
Yeah.
I'm definitely rusty. And I took 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So what I have found is I'm still a person who will, I have no shame about putting my mask back on, you know, even if we're outside. I'm like, if it makes me feel more comfortable, put it on. I miss my friends, but it's also like a process because I find that it's the aftermath that's the most difficult. I'm fine while I'm in it. And then I get home and I'm like, I was so reckless and irresponsible. And now, you know, and I was not. As you can tell, I take things quite seriously.
This is really incredible. This is 8 seasons of a show. In any era, of television, 8 seasons is an incredible accomplishment. Here's a photo. I mostly want to show this photo. It's the show over the years, but it's also Anthony's beard over the years, which is really,
so
I mean,
on the
that's just
18th,
something.
yeah, look at this.
Yeah.
On the 18th is our season finale of season 7. And I can't believe 7 years has gone by, but at the same time, I have the marker of Anthony's beard.
Yeah.
And I will tell you that while we shot during the pandemic, Anthony, because of the beard, his mask would during rehearsal start to creep into his eyeballs because the mask, there was no way to get a mask over the beard. And I was like, Anthony, can you see? No, but I'm being safe.
Well, that again, certainly that is to be valued over the course of this last year. It is so wonderful to see you, Tracy. I hope next time, 1, either you're here, or 2, we see yet another room of your beautiful home.
I would hope to be with you in person, Seth.
Let's aim for that instead. The season finale of Blackish airs next Tuesday, May 18th on ABC.